Every new day is a fresh page, a blank space waiting for your effort, curiosity, and courage. Learning English isn't just about studying grammar or memorizing long lists of words. It's about creating a daily habit, a personal rhythm that slowly builds your confidence, one word at a time. Every single word you learn becomes a seed. Small, simple, but full of potential. When you water it with practice and care, it grows into something beautiful. Fluency, confidence, and freedom. At first, many learners believe that fluency comes from memorizing as many words as possible in the shortest time. But the truth is very different. Fluency is not built in a day. It's built in small, steady moments of practice. When you hear someone speaking fluent English, it might sound like magic. The words flow smoothly, the expressions sound natural, and everything seems effortless. But behind that smoothness lies a daily habit of practice, curiosity, and connection. Let me share a little story with you. A few years ago, I met a student named Sarah. She was hardworking and determined, and she had one clear goal: to speak English fluently. Every morning she sat at her desk and wrote down 50 new words. She repeated them over and over, hoping that memorization alone would make her fluent. But after a month, she felt lost. When she tried to speak, she couldn't remember most of the words. She sighed and said, "I know so many words, but I can't use them." That's when I told her something simple but powerful. Memorizing isn't the same as mastering. After that, Sarah changed her method. Instead of trying to remember 50 words in one day, she started learning only 5. But she used them in real ways. She spoke them aloud, wrote small sentences, and used them in her thoughts throughout the day. Within weeks, she started noticing a change. Her sentences became smoother. Her words came naturally, and for the first time, she felt confident. That's when she realized the secret. Small daily practice beats big occasional effort. Now, let's see how you can build the same powerful habit. The first step is to start with simple words, words that actually belong to your daily life. You don't need to learn complicated academic vocabulary to sound fluent. Instead, learn the words you use every day when you wake up, eat, study, work, or talk to friends. Think of words like boil, slice, hurry, borrow, promise, and guess. They may look ordinary, but they form the foundation of natural English. For example, say, "I'm boiling some water for tea," or "Can I borrow your pen, please?" or "I promise I'll call you tomorrow." These sentences are short and easy, but powerful. Each time you use a word in a real situation, it moves from your short-term memory into your long-term fluency. The secret is not in collecting new words. It's in using them again and again until they become part of your daily thoughts. Next, let's talk about something most learners forget. Words live better in emotion than in notebooks. Your brain doesn't remember cold facts. It remembers feelings, images, and stories. If you connect a word with a personal moment or emotion, you'll never forget it. Let's take the word delicious. Don't just write it down. Imagine your favorite meal, maybe warm bread, spicy noodles, or sweet chocolate cake. Say it out loud. This cake is delicious. Now you've connected the word to a real taste and feeling. Similarly, if you learn the word embarrassed, don't just memorize it. Remember a real moment. When you felt shy or made a mistake, say, "I was so embarrassed when I forgot my lines on stage." Now the word belongs to your memory because it's connected to a personal story. That's how vocabulary turns from something you study into something you feel. Now that you understand how emotion helps you remember, let's move to the next step. Daily consistency. You don't need to study for hours. Even 10 minutes of focused practice is enough if you do it every day. Try this. Every morning, learn 3 new words, and every evening review them and make short sentences. For example, if your words are arrive, decide, and improve, say, "I arrive home at 6 every day. I decided to learn English seriously." And, "I want to improve my pronunciation." At first, this might feel too simple, but that's the point. The goal isn't to impress anyone. The goal is to grow naturally. Your brain loves patterns and routine. When you repeat small actions daily, you train your mind to think in English without effort. And one day you'll realize you're speaking fluently without even noticing it. After that, let's explore one of the most important principles in vocabulary learning. Learn words in context, not isolation. Every English word can have multiple meanings depending on how it's used. For example, take the word run. You might think it only means to move quickly, but it can mean much more. You can say, "I run every morning," which means exercise, or "My nose is running," which means you have a cold. Or, "She runs a company," meaning she manages it. One word, many lives. That's why you should always learn new words with examples, not just definitions. Context shows you how a word breathes in real life. Now, let's make learning fun. English doesn't have to be boring or stressful. You can learn vocabulary through songs, stories, movies, and conversations. When you watch a show or listen to a song, don't just watch for entertainment. Watch with curiosity. Pause when you hear a new word. Listen again, repeat it out loud, and maybe write it in a sentence. If you hear the word amazing, say, "This view is amazing." Then think of your own moment. "The sunset today was amazing." You see? That's how you make the word part of your world. Let me give you another real story. One of my students, May, loved K-pop. She spent hours watching music videos but felt guilty, thinking she was wasting time. I told her, "Don't feel guilty. Turn your passion into practice." So she began writing down 5 new English words from every song she listened to. She sang them, used them, and shared them with her friends. Within months, her speaking became smoother, and she started using natural expressions she had learned from the songs she loved. That's how learning becomes joyful, when it connects with your heart. Next, let's talk about one of the most powerful yet often ignored techniques, talking to yourself. You don't always need a partner to practice English. You can start by speaking to yourself out loud. Describe your day, your thoughts, your actions. Say things like, "I'm cooking dinner," "I'm tired but happy," or "I'm learning new words today." This simple exercise trains your mouth to move comfortably in English and your brain to think directly in the language. I once had a student named Daniel who was extremely shy. He wanted to practice speaking but didn't have anyone to talk to. So I suggested, talk to yourself in English for 5 minutes every night. He did. At first he laughed at himself, but he kept going. After 3 months, his vocabulary doubled, his sentences became faster, and most importantly, his fear disappeared. Talking to yourself isn't strange. It's smart. It builds confidence in silence so you can shine in conversation. Now let's pause and remember something essential. Be patient and proud. Learning English is not a competition. It's a personal journey. Some days you'll learn 5 new words. Other days you'll forget 2. That's okay. What matters is that you keep going. Every mistake, every repetition, every small effort is part of your growth. When you forget a word, smile and try again. When you remember one, celebrate it. Finally, let's bring it all together. Vocabulary isn't just about words. It's about connection. It's about the joy of expressing yourself clearly and confidently. So, starting today, challenge yourself to learn 5 new words each day. Say them out loud. Write them in your notebook. Use them in your life. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. Remember, you don't need to rush. Just begin. Speak softly, smile often, and practice daily. Because one day soon, you'll realize that English is no longer a foreign language to you. It's a part of who you are. You'll speak with ease, think with clarity, and express yourself with pride. So, keep learning, keep believing, and most importantly, keep practicing. Because your English journey isn't just about language, it's about confidence, growth, and the beautiful person you are becoming every single day.